either of these players is taking upgrades that seriously in this series. I mean, Titan has +1 attack, but it is 15 minutes in. He could definitely be chrono boosting out with this Forge to get out at least one more upgrade. I feel like that could give him a huge advantage if he allowed it to. And look at this. This is a lot of Hydralisks. I don't think Titan wants to attack up this ramp, especially with these Spine Crawlers here. And Nerchio, of all the things that he's doing well in this game, the thing that I like the most is he is making sure to always be harassing. I mean, look at this. These Lings, only 8 of them, but it's enough to scare the Protoss a little bit. He's going to keep this probe from being able to drop a Nexus. He's going to force some Zealots to be spawned down here, to warp in down here, to deal with these Zerglings. And at that same time, he's going to go ahead and throw down this third base and become that much more dangerous. Although he does need to be careful. The one thing that I feel like Zerg players lose to a lot is they spend too much time harassing and getting harassing units like Zerglings and Mutalisks that don't hold up very well in a straight up battle, and then they let the Protoss army get an incredibly strong army. The Protoss army just continually spawning in Zealots, Stalkers, Sentries. In this case, we have Phoenixes up here. And once that army maxes out, there's not going to be a whole lot the Zerg player is going to be able to do about that. Now, thankfully, Zerg player did find Nerchio has started 1-1 for his Hydralisk. They do have the range upgrade. He is getting the speed boost for his Roaches, which is going to make this army very, very scary because there are no Colossus on the map. We don't even have a Robo down. But we do have the Fleet Beacon, so it does look like we'll at least see a Mothership and possibly some carriers. Now, I don't think he's done any upgrades for his air units. He hasn't. But, you know, it's a bold move. It's not necessarily something that you expect to see as a Zerg player. Even if you know there are Stargate units out, you never really assume that a Protoss player is going to go for carriers. They're just such a huge financial investment, and they're actually pretty vulnerable to Corruptors, but I don't believe there's a Spire up for our Zerg players, so there won't be any Corruptors. Now, these mass Hydralisks can do a significant amount of damage if they get underneath the carriers, and here we go, and a pretty dangerous push right here. These Templar do not have Storm yet. We're going to need to see some really good force fields go down to cut this army in half. And look at this, these Phoenixes coming in, trying their best to do some liftoffs, but they're going to... Oh, wow, and Titan holds the push. If we look at these units, this Archon with 3 kills, these great lifts by these Phoenixes, and all of a sudden, Titan is holding off pretty... Oh, and sorry, I did not see this. This sort of changes the comment I was just about to make. If we look at the income, Titan kind of just lost the game right there. I'll go ahead and rewind it after this game is over so we can watch what happened right there. I was too focused down at this main base, but it does look like Titan is out of this game. He is down to 14 Harvesters to 61. He just lost too much to that multi-pronged push, and I really don't see him holding this off. This Archon going to do what he can. Probably wouldn't be able to take on this many Roaches. If we look at the production tab, that Mothership is still on its way, and wow, barely holding on to this Archon. He definitely needs to do that, though. This Archon will be able to do tons of damage against Zergling flanks and any kind of Zergling harassment that might happen. And Nerchio looking like he is in great shape. Now, where is that Mothership? There it is. Now, there is one thing that Titan could do that could possibly bring him back into this. It's something I haven't seen for a long time, but it's an amazing Protoss strategy. I think the first time I saw it happen it was done by Kiwikaki. I think he was playing against Stefano, but I'm not sure. But it is the Lethal Archon Toilet. Basically, for those of you who don't know, the Mothership will drop down a vortex and suck in as much of the Zerg army as possible, and then they'll throw as many Archons as they possibly can into the middle of that vortex. That way, when everything spawns out of the vortex, the splash damage from the Archons will just annihilate the Zerg army. And here we go. Possibly going to see that Archon toilet now by any chance? Nope, he's going to pull back. He does not want the mothership to get focused down by these Hydralisks. And Nerchio, you're so close. Is he going to finish taking out this Nexus? It looks like he should be able to. The Hero Archon finally going down. It had a ton of kills. And look at this. It'll be interesting to see if he throws that Archon in there. There it goes. Maybe. Oh, I guess he's not going to go for the Archon toilet. He's going to... Oh, there we go. Going to throw it in right there and go for as much damage as possible. And it kind of failed miserably. Sorry to get you guys' hopes up for that. I guess they're not as good as they used to be ever since the Vortex nerf last year, I guess. I guess it's been a while. And there we go. There's a good game by Titan. The Archon toilet not doing enough damage. I'm going to go ahead and rewind it really fast to when the run by occurred. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Let me fast forward just a little bit, see if we can find that. I'd love to see what happened there, because that was a beautiful multi-pronged attack by the Zerg player. Sorry guys, I'll see if I can, give me 1 second, I'll see if I can find it for you. Hopefully this is, okay, the forge is still up, I think. Okay, let's see if I can fast forward a little bit. Alright, and, oh, and here we go. Focusing down this Zealot right here, and he takes out the forge. And look at this. This isn't a ton of roaches. He definitely had the stronger army out here, but that's all he needed. He just needed to pull as much of Titan's army away as he possibly could, then getting into this base, just doing a ton of damage. So there you have it, guys. Protoss players, be careful with your expensive units. You can't just throw them away. Hopefully that's the takeaway message from this game. And I know you guys love this game. I hope you guys love this series. Come back for more and I'll have it for you as soon as possible. See you guys in the next game.